Hi vlog, my name's Rhiannon. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm just chatting, giving a little life update through the lens of astrology. My channel is called July Leo, and so yeah, obviously I love astrology, and today's May 20th. The sun is going from Taurus to Gemini today, which is really exciting for me because I am a Gemini Rising. So hello, yes, I love to chat. I'm very loquacious. I even got my little chatty shirt on from New Works with some matching makeup. Being a Gemini Rising definitely resonates with me, especially with how much I change up my look. Geminis are known to be like two-faced. I'm like fucking 10-faced, okay? But yeah, so today's like a new year for me, like I just said. I put chapters in all of my videos, so feel free to hover over the timeline or go to the description and just, you know, whatever catches your eye. But if you're a real one, not that anyone's fake, but like if you're a real one and you're gonna watch the whole thing, let's go. Okay, so I feel like now that I'm getting older, I just realize like time is just moving at a different rhythm, so to speak. And I realize, especially as an astrology girly, like I have a lot of opportunity for like new beginnings at the beginning of the year. Like obviously the year starts with New Year's, right? And when I was little, I thought January and February were like so boring, so slow, like I don't know, there's just like not much going on and it's like hella cold or whatever. But now as an adult, I have like such an appreciation for those months. Like I actually appreciate the slowness and the coldness because I don't necessarily have my New Year's resolutions ready at the top of the year. I feel like that's a time for me to just like chill, literally chill and like reflect on how I want the rest of the year to go or whatever. And I just really like cherish those times because once March and April hits, like the time just starts picking up real fast. Like I can't believe we're already in the middle of May. I can't believe it's springtime already. So because the rest of the year just takes off so fast after the winter time, I just really savor those first few chill months to start off the calendar year. Then there's Chinese New Year if you celebrate that, because my algorithm is so like astrology and spiritual or whatever. I do see a lot of like celebration for Chinese New Year. I am Year of the Dog. I was born in 94, so Year of the Dog is coming up pretty quick in about 4 years when I'm 36, which is so crazy. As for this year with Chinese New Year, I really like the transition from the snake into the fire horse. Like I just saw a lot of interpretations of like shedding your skin like a snake, and then the fire horse is like very ambitious and like innovative, and I feel like as a collective like yeah, I feel like that everyone can like use that energy right now. I know I've definitely been feeling it. Then there's Aries season, which is like a collective new year for all the astrology people because it's like the start of a whole new cycle for all of us. And plus, even if you don't fuck with astrology, Aries season does align with spring equinox. So I feel like everyone is like feeling it, you know, like the blooming and the warmer weather. It just feels like the actual new beginning of the year, I suppose. January, February, I was like thinking on how I want the year to go, and then once Aries season / spring equinox hits, it's like, okay, the year is going, and like hopefully I have reflected enough to know like how I want the rest of the year to go, especially now that it's warmer and like things are like speeding up or whatever. And now for me personally as a Gemini rising, like Gemini season feels like my own personal New Year's, which I'll explain more in this video now that it is Gemini season. And then 2 months from now is my birthday. I am a July Leo, obviously, so then that marks like me getting older. And then I think about my goals for like my new year or whatever. Like this year I'll be 32, so I'm already like thinking about like what to share in my like little birthday reflection video or whatever. And then finally after my birthday, I don't really have much going on from August to December. Like things just feel really chill and almost like a flat line, if that makes sense. Not in a way where I'm like dying, but it's just chill, you know, like I don't have any like new beginnings or whatever, or like it's just not like in the calendar or in the stars or whatever. If like if I do have a new beginning, it's something that like comes from within, that I like declare myself. I mean, I guess there's like the back to school feeling in August or September, but that's still so close to my birthday. So yeah, I really just like ride the wave of the rhythm of the year or whatever for the rest of the year until New Year's, and then the cycle starts all over again. So yeah, that's how time moves for me personally as an astrology girly. I'm curious to know how time moves for everyone else, or maybe I just sound really silly and y'all are like, what? Like, time just passes day by day, week by week, month by month. But I remember there was like this famous Frank Ocean tweet back in the day. He was like, I don't think of my life in months, I think of my life in seasons. So yeah, I'm wondering how y'all like filter through time or whatever. Like, I definitely think of life more so, I mean, I guess I think of it on like all levels. I feel like I'm a very deep thinker, very much an overthinker sometimes. I mean, I plan my life week to week. I do think about my life month to month, like, oh, this was a good month, this was a bad month, or whatever. I guess I can think of my life in seasons as well, like spring, summer, winter, fall, or whatever, like how the overall season went, kind of like a bigger picture. And then, of course, thinking of each year as well. It is definitely Gemini season because it's been a while since I've been so comfy and chatty here on the channel, but I'm really glad to capture it because my last couple chatty videos I was quite sad, not while filming, but just like I was just describing like my depressive episodes or like whatever. I'm really happy that I'm feeling like myself. As an astrology girly, it does align so conveniently with the first day of Gemini season. So yeah. Okay, so now getting more into the astrology breakdown of it all, I guess. I mean, astrology is like much more mainstream these days. I mean, I feel like almost every girly knows their big three. I mean, I feel like the term big three might have started with astrology. You know how Kendrick was like, fuck the big three, it's just big me or whatever. Everyone obviously knows their sun sign, and then there's the moon and the rising. So I feel like the sun is representative of like our identity and purpose, just like our overall goal in this life. And then the moon is like more representative of like emotion and introspection. It's like that part of ourselves that we don't necessarily share with the world. And then our rising is like our overall essence, like our personality, our appearance, and often it is described as our first impression to other people, like how we might come off. Because I know rising and sun sound very familiar, but yeah, I would just break it down as like our rising is like our first impression, and then our sun is like, I don't know, like who we are in our heart, you know? I mean, the solar system revolves around the sun, so I feel like your sun sign could be the set of values that you revolve your life around, you know? But anyway, this video is more so about our rising signs, or mine especially as a Gemini rising. I feel like people aren't aware of like how much they're sharing about themselves and their lives when they share their rising sign, because our birth chart starts with the rising sign. The rising sign is what rules the first house. If you want to have a deeper understanding of astrology, I always recommend to my friends to like learn the housing system of astrology. Like that's when things get really interesting. That's when you can like interpret things. Like I said, it all starts with the rising sign, the first house. So the first house is the house of self, our essence, our appearance, our first impression of each other. And that is how the rising sign is defined, is like, because it's basically describing the first house. And then after the first house, there are 11 other houses that cover other areas of our lives that align with the rest of the signs in astrology. So as a Gemini rising, Cancer rules my second house, Leo rules my third house, and so on. And this is a whole sign, by the way. I mean, it's so funny when people write off astrology because there's just like so much to it, and there's just so much math involved, so many different ways of like interpreting things, so to speak. There's this idea of like whole sign versus placidus. So whole sign is when each sign represents each house, because I mean, if we look at our natural birth charts, it might not align to where perfectly to where one sign is representing each house. Like some signs might be representing two houses. So yeah, that's placidus. Sorry if I'm like all over the place, but I'm kind of just rolling with the punches because I just know over time my skills in talking about astrology will just get better and better. But the only way that's gonna happen is if I just fucking do it. So yeah, that's kind of my approach to making videos and my approach on this channel. And yeah, so kudos to anyone that's trying to keep up or whatever. But so yeah, I mean, I just like doing whole sign because I do feel like a beginner slash intermediate girly with astrology, and it's just, I guess, easier and more fun. And I just like the idea of like every sign being represented on my chart rather than like missing one or two, if that makes sense. I recommend just Googling houses and astrology and just picking some examples just to get a better understanding of like what each house represents, and then looking into what sign you have over each house, and then also like what planets you have in each house. It could potentially reveal a lot about yourself, your life, or even others. Because yeah, when someone tells me their rising sign, I mean, you know, I put it in my little astrology database. My friends, even people that I don't talk to much, like if you told me your big three like many years ago or posted it on your story or whatever, like I remember it. There's this one acquaintance that I have. She's a Cancer sun, Leo moon, Virgo rising, and I always thought it was cool that it was like aligned, you know what I mean? Like in chronological order, if that makes sense. So yeah, shout out to Shorty if she ever watches this. Lastly, just to like really teach y'all about the rising signs and the houses and astrology, like I said earlier, I'm a Gemini rising, Cancer's over my second house. And then Leo's over my third house. But if I was a Taurus rising, then it would be Gemini over my second house, Cancer over my third house, and so on. I mean, again, this is all whole sign. The cycle just keeps going with each different rising sign, if that makes sense. Like it just shifts to the right or whatever. Today kicks off today kicks off Gemini season. Like I've said a million times, today just feels like a new year for me. And I really wish I had more time to study astrology, but it just kind of takes the back burner. You know, my channel, I kind of focus more so on like my personal style, and then I have work and like relationships and like my workouts or whatever. So I just try to like reflect on astrology in the back of my mind, like in my day-to-day life or whatever. I find that with Gemini season being like my little New Year's or whatever, I do find my interest and participation in astrology, like I find it to be revitalized, because I mean, I don't know if y'all would want to like adopt this practice as well, but like with Gemini season, I think about like all the first house themes, and then when Cancer season comes in, I'm gonna think about all like my second house themes. And also there's gonna be I forgot to say this earlier, but I'll say it now, there's gonna be a Mercury in retrograde with Cancer season this year. I think that's how we can like read deeper into all the different retrogrades, is just seeing what sign it's happening in, and then how that might affect that area of your life. Like with me, Cancer over my second house, the second house is like material possessions and like making money and my personal values, so I might be reflecting a lot on that in Cancer season with the Mercury retrograde. Damn, I just feel like I'm really on one today with my chattiness, but I kind of love it. So anyway, oh my gosh, so with this Gemini season, I just really want to embrace Gemini energy. I know that Gemini is often like hated on in a way for being two-faced or like whatever the fuck. But I think they just like to have a lot of versatility. They definitely have duality. Like, I mean, they are a mutable sign. They are represented by the twins, you know? I really love Gemini energy. I just love the chaotic, the chaoticness. So yeah, the values of Gemini that I have listed are curiosity, they're social. I mean, as an air sign, all air signs are pretty intellectual or social or whatever. I mean, you know, in order to share our ideas, we have to talk with one another. So even if you're antisocial air sign, it's like just more so about the exchange of ideas. But I'm sure there's other air signs that love being social and like jokey or whatever. Oh my gosh, I'm so chatty today. Versatility, like I said earlier, chattiness, loquaciousness. And I just feel like Gemini is just a very fun, witty sign. I mean, think of Kendrick Lamar and how he won that rap beef against Drake, like just off of pure wit, like truly. I just think of Gemini as very high energy and restless as well. Like they often have memes where like, oh, they have so many tabs open either on their phone or on their computer or even like in their fucking mind, and just, yeah, just very chaotic energy. I'm not saying like all Geminis have all of these qualities, it's just kind of like a general vibe. Like Kendrick Lamar doesn't necessarily have a chaotic energy. Maybe when he raps he does, because there's just like a lot going on, but it's very interesting, very fun, and he's just so quick-witted with it. I can definitely see myself having these qualities in my first impression on others. I just want to like embrace all of these qualities about myself and just like really like dive into them, especially with like making my videos. Like I have so many ideas and I'm just really excited about all of them, and like I feel like with my Gemini energy, I feel like I'll be able to like push out like the best videos I can. I have a list of like video ideas I'm trying to do for the rest of the year. So I want to talk about my mental health versus my physical health, because I've had scares with both in recent years. I mean, I'm pretty vocal about my mental health journey. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder at the beginning of the decade. So yeah, I want to talk about my journey on that. And then also I had like a thyroid lump scare, which was like a physical health scare. And I just want to like talk about like the similarities and the differences between the two. I think that would be like a really just cool video to make. I feel like I have a lot to say, and I just want to like draw the parallels between the two. I also want to talk about Finch. It's been a while since I've made a Finch video. I kind of fell off, or I fully fell off doing them monthly, but like it is still something that I utilize in my day-to-day life. And yeah, so I just want to do like a quick little, maybe not so quick, little check-in on how I use Finch and how it's been really helpful for me and my life, and like how I do things. And you know, I do a lot of style content or whatever on my channel, but I want to throw it back and like look at my old fashion blogging outfits and videos, because like that's where it all started, and I really just want to like have those pictures on the internet forever rather than just stashed away on my hard drive, because those were just like the building blocks of the bitch you're looking at today. So yeah, this is like very much an abstract idea that I haven't like written too much about, but I want to talk about giving up on a dream. Obviously I have so much interest and love for personal style. It goes back to my adolescence. I first fell in love with personal style when I was 12, and throughout my teenage years I wanted to be a fashion designer, and then I wanted to be a stylist, and like things have just changed so much over the years. I've let go of those dreams. Like I'm just happy talking about style online. So yeah, that's the idea there. And then I also want to do like fun, simple, quick videos, you know, a little what's in my bag. I recently got the San Francisco MLB Bagoo, and I fucking love that bag so much. And yeah, so I guess it's like a little product review moment slash like showing y'all what's in my bag, because that bag can fit a lot. It's pretty impressive. And then even like watching Euphoria, like episode 5, something about it just like really excited me and inspired me. I guess that's when the season and the plot, whatever, was like really going. I like started rewatching it the next day on a Monday, and I was like taking notes because I was thinking like, ooh, maybe I can do a little Euphoria episode recap or whatever, or maybe the rest of the season's gonna be like really good. Maybe I can just talk about the second half of the season or whatever, but I don't think I'm gonna end up doing it. I mean, I'm happy just like talking about it here real quick. I follow 2 girlies, Nicole and Ashley. They do really funny little Euphoria recaps or whatever. I love watching those. So it's like, why reheat their nachos when mine are gonna be stale as fuck from like 7-Eleven or some shit, whereas theirs is like gourmet. With that 5th episode, I just really loved bro, I feel so Gemini right now. I just feel so all over the place. Like all the tabs are open right now. But with that 5th episode, I was just really intrigued by like Maddie's storyline. I mean, I'm intrigued by Maddie, period. She makes me so proud to be a motherfucking Perez. Hello. I was just really intrigued by her storyline with both Cassie and Alamo. Like when Cassie pulled up to Maddie's apartment to try to like flake on her basically and was like shitting on her apartment, I was so mad. I was literally at the screen like going like this because I was like just pissed off, you know, like how dare she like judge Maddie when Maddie like brought her to a certain point of a success already. Like, she was the one who introduced her to that fuck ass TikTok white guy in the mansion or whatever. And it's just like, I just love calling out little callbacks or parallels. Like when Maddie was telling the white guy from the mansion, like, but she's my best friend, it just like reminded me of when she was gonna fuck Nate in season 2. Like, hello, like, girl, like, the parallels just go crazy or whatever in that show. And then also within that episode, I was really excited about Maddie and Alamo collabing, because I just didn't foresee that coming, but it actually makes so much sense. Like, they just have very similar business minds, I guess you could say. I mean, I am scared for Maddie. I was very scared for Maddie to be, like, messing with someone like Alamo, because he is a very scary man. But it just makes so much sense, because there are so many parallels between all different kinds of sex work, obviously, whether it's stripping or doing OnlyFans or whatever. So, yeah. And then also with this recent 6th episode, I really loved the prologue, the like intro on Alamo and getting some of his backstory, and it also reminded me of like when we got some insight into Cal. So yeah, those are just my quick thoughts on Euphoria, because I will probably never make or not never, but I probably won't like do any recaps or anything for season 3. But yeah, I'm falling back in love with TV, like, now that I have my HBO subscription. I like watched season 2 of White Lotus in like one fucking day the other day. So yeah, that's what I'm watching right now. I mean, season 3 is like, I mean, I guess that whole show moves pretty slow, so I guess I'm kind of getting restless with that show, watching season 3 already. But I mean, I do enjoy like the dark humor and like the commentary on like stupid rich people or whatever. But anyway, back to the video, because I am on like tangent on tangent on tangent. I was like really worried that I wouldn't be able to like express like what Gemini energy is to me or whatever, but like I feel like I am like emanating it, like I am displaying Gemini energy right now. But I mean, I'm not always like this. I'm very much not always like this. Like I said, I think our rising sign is like our first impression, or like our essence. I also have a Pisces moon, so I can be very much in my feelings, and like when I'm sad, like I just be fucking sad, you know. And also very like dreamy and like out of touch with reality sometimes. And then there's my Leo sun. Like I feel like that's where my creativity and ambition comes from. Like I feel like, I don't know, those are very important values in my life. With this Gemini season, I have some goals, I guess you could say New Year's resolutions. I really want to make my vision boards for the upcoming year. I always want to do it like in January and February, but I feel like I'm just chilling so hard and reflecting about how I want the year to look, whereas obviously with Gemini season I'm feeling so much more like truly inspired. Like even I can feel it like in my blood, you know. So I feel like this is a good time to make vision boards, like just like with this energy, you know. Or even like making this video, like I'm really happy to be capturing all of this like in this video. Oh my gosh, like springtime mania is like so real or whatever. I also want to like start junk journaling, like that I really need to, because I really just be keeping scraps and scraps of stuff because I want to like scrapbook with them or whatever, but I just haven't started doing that. So yeah, it's like I want a vision board for the future, and then I also want a junk journal for the present and the past. Like I just love, I don't know, I just like love capturing like memories and times. Like I wish I could put each and every memory like in my fucking pocket, but I would need some big ass pockets for all that. So some other goals I have going forward for the rest of the year, I've talked about this before on the channel, but I really need to fix my wall up there. It just doesn't look great in the back of my pictures. I feel like it kind of inhibits me from like making content. Like I kind of want to get into doing like some fun short form, but I just want my room to like be more cute, you know. So we'll see. I really want to fix my wall. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. In my recent vlog I did I was like in a little depressive moment, whatever, and I pushed myself to go to Lowe's just to like do some window shopping, some wall shopping, some price checking or whatever. At least I took some baby steps, but I want to take like actual steps and actually patch that shit up there. Also looking to get more jobs. I'm really happy with the job I've had for almost 3 years now. It's like a little nightlife gig or whatever. It's been really fun, and it's really opened my eyes to like what kind of gigs I want to do going forward. And then also like serendipitously or whatever, I have gained some new clients in my neighborhood. I walk some of the dogs in my neighborhood, which is so fun and cute. Like I started with one dog and now it's like spread to another neighbor. They wanted my number to like get some everyday help with their dog. So yeah, that's been really sweet. I'm starting my day or most of my days with this dog. I just want to have fun. And like a big realization I had the other day, like, because with the new year, I was like waiting for like my word of the year, like my one resolution of the year. I was waiting for it to come to me, and of course it didn't really come until Gemini season was approaching. And I realized like I want so many things at this time of my life because I'm kind of rebuilding after a time of like heartbreak and sadness, so to speak. So yeah, there's a lot that I want. Like I have a lot of ambition and goals. I feel very ambitious and I realized like I just want to be myself. Like I am myself, but I just like want to be fully myself. And I'm really glad that I'm doing that in this video right now. Like I just feel fully comfortable in myself. Maybe I'm not perfect, maybe I'm not explaining things perfectly or whatever, but like I just feel like if I am myself, then I will naturally attract like all these things that I want, you know, like getting a new job where I feel like myself and I can be happy making money and not like completely selling my soul at the same time, you know, or even like just any like living situation or new friendship situations. That sounds so weird. Friendship situation sounds like a situationship. No, I don't want any situationships. I'm happy with my boyfriend, but like I am open to like new social circles or like communities. Like I just like I think I'm ready to like I'm ready for my worldview to just like expand, you know, like after rebuilding myself these past few years. So yeah, I'm really excited. And you know, it's my luteal phase. Like I don't know if you can see my star face sticker here. I have a little hormonal pimple on my chin. Like I'm waiting on my period. I'm very much luteal right now, but I'm actually not luteal because like usually when I'm luteal, as you can see in my past couple chatty videos, like I be sad as fuck and be like depressy, whatever, showing y'all how I get out of a depression episode. Whereas right now I'm like feeling good, feeling great. How are you? I mean, honestly, I think my secret is running 4 miles. I ran 4 miles a couple days ago and I find it very easy to like get out of bed for the most part. Like I just feel very energized because I remember I ran 4 miles at some point last month and I noticed a similar pattern. Like I'm not saying like I'm gonna run 4 miles every fucking week to feel this way, but it's definitely a little piece of observation that I will hold on to. I know it's probably not gonna hit every time I'm in my luteal phase, but it's just good to know. That's all. Okay, so I've spent a lot of time talking about Gemini season. I mean, it's not even technically Gemini season yet because right now it's like 1:30. The sun is going to go into Gemini around like 5 p.m. So we still have like a few more hours in Taurus season. And that's actually something else I wanted to cover because Taurus season, obviously the season before Gemini season, Taurus rules my 12th house. So now we're going backwards. Whatever your rising sign is, the season before that might be a time where you feel maybe a little secluded, like you want to be in solitude. You might be doing some healing at that time. I feel like the 12th house season, the season before your rising, it just feels like a December moment, you know, like the time before New Year's, before like new beginnings or whatever. And yeah, this past Taurus season definitely felt like some 12th house shit for me, for sure. So I just like wanted to share that with y'all. I know I've been very like happy, cheery thus far in the video. I think I will still maintain that energy, but I do still have some like sad stuff, I suppose, to talk about, to reflect on with y'all. So the 12th house is like kind of tricky to explain, but it is often defined by secrets, the subconscious, healing, solitude, closure. And so, yeah, I just want to share how that all went down in Taurus season for me. Well, now that I'm getting older, I do notice myself changing and growing, I think for the better. When I was younger, my little Pisces moon self, like I was going through a lot throughout my youth. I guess I'm still in my youth. I just had a lot of like childhood trauma, as like a lot of us do, and I was such an open book. Like I could go on a first date with someone and just let them know like what the fuck is up with me, like what the fuck skeletons I have in my closets or whatever. Like I was just such an open book, whereas now I feel very much closed off, and it's just so crazy to like see that change within myself over the years. So I guess some examples that I have, I mean, I've talked about this a few times in this video and like throughout my channel. Like I had a little health scare with my thyroid, so that was in October, and my boyfriend was like the only person that knew about it for the first month, because I don't know, I think I'm just more protective of myself these days. I think about like my favorite meme or whatever, like, damn, who are my ops? Like I don't necessarily have ops, but I just like, you know, if I'm having a health scare, I just don't want to be judged for that. Like I don't know, I was just worried that people would think like, oh, it's like her lifestyle that gave her the lump in the thyroid or like whatever. And also, I guess, you know, because I am into astrology, into spirituality, like whatever, I like was worried that people would like think the worst of my outcome from the thyroid lump, and it would like manifest into like something very negative and serious, like the worst possible case scenario. But fast forward to February, I saw a thyroid specialist, and she was like, I think something just hit you there, and it was all benign and all good or whatever. So yeah, but it was just such a shock that, I mean, it was a shock in itself that I even had a lump in my thyroid, but also it was just a shock that I didn't feel comfortable telling anybody. And then more recently, I talked about this in my recent style diaries, I was recently supposed to go to the Philippines during Taurus season. I was supposed to go to the Philippines for like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And then at the last minute, there was just hella maarte, hella drama, and I just had to pull out. It was just like what was best for me and my health, honestly. And like, I mean, obviously there were pros and cons to that decision, you know, like wasted money and wasted time. Like I said in my style diaries, I like bought so many clothes for that trip, and that was kind of disappointing that I ended up not going on that trip because I bought so many clothes. But at the same time, I needed new clothes because your girl has gained weight and muscle, so I needed some new summer clothes. But yeah, so anyway, that was oh shit, okay. I mean, it was a really stressful week when I made that decision to not go to the Philippines anymore. And like, I did like share with my friends that I was gonna go on that trip, but my friends still texted me the days leading up to my departure time or whatever, that, or what would have been my departure. They texted me, you know, like well wishes for me and my family to have fun and have a safe trip. And like, I kind of just responded very vaguely like, oh, thanks so much, but I didn't necessarily like confirm or deny whether or not I was still going. And I even like deactivated my Instagram because I was just like, bro, like what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know, I just knew people, you know, my friends, like they were probably like expecting me to like be posting or whatever from the Philippines, and like I just didn't want to tell anyone like what was going on in the moment because it was just a lot, and I just like wanted to be by myself. Like, hello, Taurus season, 12th house shit. Like I was like dealing with shit in solitude, healing in solitude, because yeah, instead of going to the Philippines, I ended up staying at my grandma's house because she was still going. And honestly, like that was truly like the best decision I could have made, was to stay at my grandma's rather than go to the Philippines, because I just had so much to fucking think about. Like why like why is my life like this? Not like that, but just like I'm just in shock that so much drama My phone's at 20%, so I need to like finish it up. You know, it's just a bummer that so much drama could have built up in a way that where I ended up not going on this big trip anymore, you know, like it was just really disappointing. I don't want to be a victim or anything, but it was just, I don't know, sometimes things happen in life and it's just like, why and how is this my life right now? Because I mean, the drama that like built up has been building up for like so many years, and that just makes it so much more like 12th house themed or whatever. It's just like really just so much to unpack, you know, and like I'm just so glad I spent that time at my grandma's house because, you know, I grew up going to my grandma's house as a kid, and like I just feel so safe and comfortable there. And I mean, like I said, I have Taurus on the 12th house, and I feel like Taurus values like being comfortable. And so yeah, I'm glad that I was able to like process everything in a very comfortable place for myself. Today's May 20th, and I was supposed to have returned from the Philippines like 10 days ago or so, and I haven't like reached out to my friends yet. I'm sure my friends are like, where the fuck is this bitch? Because I deactivated my Instagram, and like, you know, I haven't like really said anything about how the Philippines went or that I'm back or whatever. But I'm sure like I do have the intention, like in due time, like when I do reconnect with my friends, I will tell them like what the fuck is up or whatever. But I don't know. It's so crazy that I'm so private now. I get it that I'm protecting myself, but then I'm also like, I don't like want to be scared. I don't want to be scared of like being judged. Like, I feel like I need to like rebuild and re-strengthen my connection with my loved ones. Like, cause I don't want to be scared to like share my life with them, but maybe this is just like, just a like one-time thing or like a seasonal thing or whatever. But even with my channel, like I mean there's a lot of lore with my YouTube presence, okay, that I'm sure I'll share eventually, but I don't even like really talk about my channel much with folks. But I mean, you know, this channel is like just a place where I can like explore sharing myself and explore sharing these thoughts and feelings and like astrology or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I'm just like doing my own thing over here, and I'm happy with it, but I just wish I could like share this happiness like with other people. So yeah, and also I have Saturn in Aries right now, or we all have Saturn in Aries right now. I mean, my Saturn return was, it just passed. I have Saturn in Pisces, obviously, as a 31-year-old girly, but now Saturn has moved on into Aries. And I mean, even though my Saturn return is over, like Saturn, it's still transiting my birth chart and still like, you know, like encouraging me to like have more discipline or like more challenge myself more in certain areas of my life. So if as a Gemini rising, I have Taurus on the 12th house, Pisces on the 10th house, and therefore Aries on my 11th house. And like the 11th house is all about like community and friendship. And I'm just like, fuck, like, yeah, like I really should like, I don't know. It sounds funny to like have discipline with friendship, but I just like, I don't know. I just feel like there's just something there that needs to be fixed. And like, I don't know if it's like within me or within the connections, probably like both or whatever. But yeah, so that is another little slice of the astrology pie that I am munching on and serving to y'all, I guess. Oh my God, my butt is like falling asleep. Holy crap. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy that I can like open up here. Maybe I open up here first and foremost when I like have my thoughts collected, and then from here I'll be more comfortable in sharing it like with my friends, I guess. I don't know. I'm just 31, still figuring out life or whatever. So yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. I guess I wanted to share how my time at my grandma's went. Wait, let me like check my battery. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm at 19% now, so I don't think it's dying that quickly on me. So yeah, like I said, Taurus is an earth sign and it's ruled by Venus. Venus is like a very feminine planet. It is the feminine planet, bitch. And Venus rules both Libra and Taurus. I feel like with Libra, it's more so about like the aesthetics and how everything looks. Like Rosalia is such a aesthetics queen. Whereas with Taurus, I feel like Taurus more so wants to be comfortable. Like I feel like they're both like environment things. Like the aesthetic of the environment can be Libra, but then like the comfortability and like how things feel like can be Taurus. I mean, again, Taurus is an earth sign, so I feel like it's more so about being comfortable via like material things, not necessarily materialistic, but I do know some materialistic Tauruses. Okay, it could even just be something more truly comforting, like a cozy blanket or like a nice warm meal or whatever. I think Kaylani has that one bar about "I'ma feed you good, I'm a Taurus" or some shit like that. So yeah. And yeah, like I said, I just felt very comfortable staying at my grandma's house, sleeping in her bed. I know it's just such a blast to the past and just very healing. My grandma, I love her. She is Filipino, therefore I am half Filipino. And I feel like a lot of immigrants or children of immigrants and people of color, like I feel like we can like all relate to I don't want to say hoarding because hoarding is a pretty strong word, but just a lot of clutter, just that feeling of like wanting to hold on to things in case we might need it in the future. Just very much like a frugal, very frugal mindset, you know? And like I did think about vlogging at my grandma's. I mean, I didn't really think about it like because my grandma's house is just too sacred and I just like want to respect her and her house, and I just know she wouldn't like want her house like out there on the internet. I adore her apartment even if it is cluttered or whatever. Like I still took my outfit pics there and like I'm tempted to just like post them for real, but then I don't know, the background is just like too sacred. It's just like for me and my family's eyes only. But so yeah, and also it's just nice to like not vlog and just really like be by myself, so to speak. But I vlogged a little bit here and there. I mean, it was just nice like living in San Francisco for like a week and a half. I mean, I always grew up out in the suburbs right outside of San Francisco, but it was just nice to like spend time in the city, and I'm just so glad that my grandma lives where she lives. She's lived there since the 80s. Her studio apartment is rent controlled for very, very cheap, and she gets to live in this really nice area, and I'm just so happy because I mean, I do worry about her like getting on the bus and stuff in the city, but I don't worry too much about her and like in her neighborhood. She has her little bodega that she goes to. I know that's more of a New York term. I guess the corner store, whatever, the store. She goes to the store and like the people there know her and they like give us free lottery tickets sometimes, or like the nail lady down the street. Like my grandma's such good friends with her as well. I don't want to dox her obviously, but like my grandma just lives in a really nice area where like there's just so many great areas that are like within walking distance, you know? And like I was really happy to be able to just spend an extended amount of time there and also like check out her different neighboring neighborhoods. Hold on. While I was staying at my grandma's, I had a really nice date night planned with my boyfriend, so it was fun to like get all dolled up at my grandma's and take my outfit pics at her house. She has like really good lighting in her apartment. Like I had no idea. I like was really excited to just be, I mean, I do often make this walk between my grandma's and my boyfriend's, but it was just nice to do it for like a date night vibe because of my grandma and my uncle. If they were home, I obviously wouldn't be getting ready at their house. I remember wanting to like capture my walk to my boyfriend's house for like a cute hot little date or whatever. And then also I took a little bus ride and a little stroll to Alamo Square, which is where the Painted Ladies are, if you're familiar with Full House. I just had like a cool, chill little Saturday there, just like chilling or whatever, and just like, I just love Victorian houses so much. So yeah, I was just like appreciating the pretty houses. I didn't really think much about what I was gonna say for this chapter of the video. I'm just like sharing like how that week went or whatever because I only captured a little bit. I also went on a run, and obviously San Francisco's known for the hills, and I did push myself to run up some pretty crazy hills, but I would only make it like a block before I did a cute little right turn so I could just like run like on a leveled terrain. So yeah, it was nice to like get a little run in or whatever. Hopefully I didn't say the neighborhood that I was running in. I mean, if you know, you know, but I just like, I'm trying not to like doxiana too much on my family's like where they live or whatever, but I mean, I don't think my grandma's like in this area much anyway. And then I also did some editing at a cafe nearby. I tried a new spot. I didn't get to vlog this too much, but whatever. I mean, you know, I'm like always editing somewhere. I like to get editing done outside or sometimes at a cafe or the library or whatever. So it was cool getting some editing done in my grandma's neighborhood. So yeah, now I'm back home, back to work. I've been really busy lately and with a lot of energy, which I appreciate. And yeah, speaking of editing, I have so much going on in life, you know, trying to keep up with my loved ones and my workout schedule and like making money and so on and so forth. But I'm really happy that I've been consistent on this channel for almost 2 years now. I'm even at a point where I'm kind of averaging at like 2 videos a month, and like I'm not necessarily putting out like final draft quality shit. It's more so first draft quality shit. I try my best, you know, with everything else I have going on, and it's just more important for me to be consistent because I do want to take on more in life, and I'm glad that I've built like a strong foundation where hopefully I can continue making these videos even if life gets a little bit more crazy and busy or whatever. Because yeah, I just envision myself being like a mixed Bay Area Carrie Bradshaw. I mean, I'm gonna get rid of HBO after Euphoria ends, but I do kind of want to rewatch Sex and the City because I want to, like, I mean, I know that show is problematic and Carrie Bradshaw is problematic as a character, but just like that lifestyle of just like writing and putting your thoughts out there and just, I don't know, it's just more so about like capturing my experience and just, you know, having it in a little capsule of like a 30-45 minute video and just like sharing it with whoever the fuck cares or whoever, you know, whatever. Like I am just, I don't know, this is just what I want to do, you know, and like I know making videos, making content, whatever, seems like kind of a dead end or just like, I don't know, especially YouTube long form is like not valued as much, but I feel like if I'm keep it real to my motherfucking self first and foremost, things will align. Like I said earlier in the video, like if I first and foremost feel like myself, then I hope that that can attract everything else that I want / need in this lifetime. But I mean, I'm just happy to be comfortable. I'm happy to be a functional I'm honestly just happy to be functional, like, because for quite a while I was quite dysfunctionally sad, you know, but now I can try to be dysfunctionally happy. But yeah, so those are pretty much all of my thoughts on the transition from Taurus to Gemini season, the transition from the 12th house to the 1st house and my grandma's house. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for keeping up with my chaotic Gemini rising ass. Much love to you all. Like, comment, and sub. Yeah. Bye. Should I pose like the shirt? Bye.
This shit is the most bipolar shit. I'm like writing some hard shit, but then I'm saying like cute shit too.
That's the vibe.
I think that's the vibe.